Okay, and this is the Epistle of Barnabas, going to chapter 10, talking about the spiritual significance of the precepts of Moses, respecting different kinds of food. Now here we go. Now wherefore did Moses say, you shall not eat the swine, nor the eagle, nor the hawk, nor the raven, nor any fish which is not possessed of scales? He embraced 3 doctrines in his mind in doing so. Moreover, the Lord says to them in Deuteronomy, and I will establish my ordinances among this people. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 1. Is there then not a commandment of God? They should not eat these things? There is. But Moses spoke with a spiritual reference. A what? With a spiritual reference. For this reason, he named the swine, as much to say, you shall not join yourself to men who resemble swine. For when they live in pleasure, they forget their Lord. But when they come to want, they acknowledge the Lord. So basically, what this is talking about, when they living in pleasure, when people living in pleasure, they don't think of Yahuwah. It's like they forget about Yahuwah. They forget about the Lord. But when trouble comes their way, they want to acknowledge Yahuwah. Be like, oh Lord, oh, all that. Now continuing on. In like manner, the swine, when it has eaten, does not recognize its master, but when hungry it cries out, and on receiving food is quiet again. Neither shall you eat, says the eagle, nor the hawk, nor the kite, nor the raven. You shall not join yourself. He means to such men as know not how to procure food for themselves by labor and sweat, but cease on that of others in their iniquity. And although wearing an aspect of simplicity, are on the watch to plunder others. So these birds, while they sit idle, inquire how they may devour the flesh of others, proving themselves pests to all by their wickedness. And you shall not eat, says the lamprey, or the polypus, or the cuttlefish. He means you shall not join yourself or be like to such men as are ungodly to the end, and they are condemned to death. In like manner, as those fishes above accursed float in the deep, not swimming on the surface like the rest, but make their abode in the mud which lies at the bottom. Moreover, you shall not, he says, eat the hare. Wherefore, you shall not be a corrupter of boys, nor like such, because the hare multiplies year by year the places of its conception. For as many years as it lives, so many it has. Moreover, you shall not eat the hyena. He means you shall not be an adulterer, nor a corrupter, nor be like to them that are such. Wherefore, because that animal annually changes its sex, and is at one time male, and at another female. Moreover, he has rightly detested the weasel, for he means you shall not be like those whom we hear of as committing wickedness with the mouth, on account of their uncleanness, nor shall you be joined to those impure women who commit iniquity with the mouth. For this animal conceives by the mouth. Moses then issued 3 doctrines concerning meats with a spiritual significance, but they received them according to fleshly desire, as if they had merely spoken of literal meats. David, however, comprehends the knowledge of the 3 doctrines and speaks in like manner. Blessed is the man who has not walked in the counsel of the ungodly, even as the fishes referred to go in darkness to the depths of the sea, and has not stood in the way of sinners, even as those who profess to fear Yahuwah or the Lord, but go astray like swine, and has not sat in a seat of scorners, even as those birds that lie in wait for prey. They take full and firm grasp of this spiritual knowledge. But Moses says still further, you shall eat every animal that is cloven-footed and ruminant. What does he mean? The ruminant animal denotes him who, on receiving food, recognizes him that nourishes him, being satisfied by him, is visibly made glad. Well spoke Moses, having respect to the commandment. What then does he mean? That we ought to join ourselves to those that fear Yahuwah or the Lord, those who meditate in their heart on the commandment which they have received, those who both utter the judgments of Yahuwah and observe them, those who know that meditation is a work of gladness, and who ruminate upon the word of Yahuwah. What does it mean? But what means the cloven-footed? That the righteous man also walks in this world, but looks forward to the holy state to come. Behold, how well Moses legislated, but how was it possible for them to understand or comprehend these things? We then, rightly understanding his commandments, explain them as Yahuwah intended. For this purpose, he circumcised our ears and our hearts, that we might understand these things. That's the end of the chapter. This is the spiritual significance of the animals. It doesn't literally mean to eat the animal. It's just giving a description not to be like those people who resemble those animals. So Leviticus 11 and Deuteronomy chapter 14 was mistakenly written because, like it said here, that the people took it up upon their own self and took it in a carnal way, thinking they was talking about actual meat, eating the actual animal, when it didn't even say that. See right here. But they received them according to fleshly desire, as if he had merely spoken of literal meats. See right there. In conclusion, I want to say shalom.